And welcome right here back to the Kevin Allen Show. And this is an interesting topic. I've been wanting to, really get into this a little bit, and I haven't had the time over the last few months. But I started to listen to some of what the Tucker Carlson actual interview. And listen, I'm going to quote Tucker a lot. I think Tucker's one of the most amazing truth tellers out there. He seeks the truth. I even think when he finds that he might be wrong or the truth might be not as it was exposed, he's one of those people that's willing to go all the way in, even take some blame if he ever misleads. But Tucker's the unique guy because I identify with him when he's able to connect to those people, the fringe people. But having an interview with Ice Cube, one of the most respected OGs from the rap industry, he sat down with Tucker Carlson recently. Let's listen to some of this interview because I won't break it down as we listen to the interview. But the interview itself is a telling sign of where 2024 is going, in my opinion.
So why would you be doing this of all interviews? I mean, you could do an interview with anyone. You're doing an interview with me. Obviously, you're going to take abuse for doing that. Like, why would you do that?
Because I think it's silly not to talk to people. I think whether we agree or not,
right?
That has nothing to do with it. It's like this is what it's all about. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. And I've been shut out.
That sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. Some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, an independent thinker.
Okay, now I want you to listen to what Ice Cube's saying. And now, again, if you don't know who Ice Cube is, go and look him up. And everyone in this country knows who Ice Cube is. He's a powerful, very successful story coming from the mean streets of LA, coming into the music industry, dominating the music industry in many aspects. I mean, he's Ice Cube. The movies, he's a multi-talented, really level-headed guy. And I find it interesting that this individual would be willing to, and I say individual, I don't mean disrespect, but to come out on the, in front of this subject, one of the hardest subjects in Hollywood to actually, anybody that comes out and says, hey, I want to pray, or I support free speech, or I even respect the other side, and they get shut out. Listen more to what Ice Cube's talking with Tucker about.
I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, I'm an outsider. And so, I'm not part of the club. So I have to go places for one that I'm welcome and where I can voice my opinion without somebody, saying I'm a bad person and that they.
Now, guys, I want you to listen. He's actually talking about the people who are censoring him, those people that are shutting him down. They're not inviting him to the Hollywood glitzy parties anymore. He's talking about the ultra left and those extreme people on the left that are actually even locking out Ice Cube, who's a black man, successful black man, somebody that we should look to as an example.
Want to have me on their platform again.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Okay, let's stop right there. The View. The troublemaking View who seems to be so energetic about actually, making all these silly comments all the time. I'd love to go on The View. I'd love to sit down with the ladies at The View and show them a respectful conversation with an average everyday person and what we actually think when we hear them talking. But right here to hear Ice Cube commenting about The View is amazing. And they didn't want him on. Why?
A few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but
You'd be a good booking for them.
I've been on there before.
Yeah.
It's just when I've became an independent thinker, when I've, I'm not, I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't...
And there you go. He doesn't follow their brand of politics, which means we don't want to hear from him. The View doesn't want to listen. I'm sure CNN's not going to want to listen. I'm sure lots of folks in the music industry aren't going to want to listen to Ice Cube and his, I think, Very intriguing insider's perspective. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back with more of Ice Cube's interview with Tucker on The Kevin Allen Show